What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another video. I know a lot of you guys have been reaching out to me and asking me, to send you a list of all the foods that you should stay away from, foods that contribute in you, breaking out in these hives. So I've made a list of some direct foods, some hygiene products, and the food chemicals that you should stay away from. Right now, the food chemicals, you would have to go and do your own research into these food chemicals to see which foods specifically contains any of these chemicals, and then you can start eliminating these from your diet. So starting off with the food chemicals, right? You want to stay away from salicylates, amines, glutamate, which is MSG. So if you're using white salt, you need to stay away from that. Try and substitute that white salt for pink salt. Okay, you want to stay away from preservatives, which means no canned food, no deli meats. You want to stay away also from sulfites, nitrates, tannin, caffeine, right, which means no coffee. Okay, now all of these food chemicals that I list, you may or may not react to all of them. So it's gonna be your job to do that food elimination process to find out which of these chemicals reacts to your body that makes you break out in these hives. Now, some foods that you should personally stay away from, or I personally stayed away from, that I realized that my body was reacting to, it may be different for you. Like I said before, you just have to do your own food elimination to see what you personally react to, because everybody is different. Okay, so as I stated before, coffee, right? No caffeine, white sugar. You want to stay completely away from white sugar. Even if you don't have hives, listen, stay away from white sugar. It's the most dangerous thing on this planet. Okay, spicy sauce. So if you like hot sauce on your food, you're gonna have to stay away from spicy sauce. Completely stay away from dairy. All dairy products, stay away from dairy products. All right. Now, if you wanna use substitute your cow's milk for any type of milk, you can use either rice milk, almond milk if you're not allergic to nuts, or you can use oat milk. Right. I personally use the oat milk. This one I got from Whole Foods. It says 100% vegan. No dairy, no nuts, no gluten, right? And this one is the white box. The one that I usually buy is the blue box. It's the first time that I'm ever buying this white box one. Okay, so you can substitute that for your milk. All right, you want to stay away from wheat. Fruits, which a lot of fruits that you may eat contain the food chemicals salicylates, right? Grape being the main one. So no grape. You also want to stay away from, alcohol, wine, all of that. Oranges, you want to stay away from oranges. Anything citrusy, you want to stay away from that. Stay away from kiwi. No soy sauce, which means no Chinese foods for a lot of y'all. And bottom line, no fast food. Okay, no fast food. You want to stay away from tomatoes. Contains a lot of salicylates. Right, which means no ketchup for none of y'all. Okay, I know a lot of y'all can't do without ketchup in your french fries. Okay, I want to stay away from those, I promise you. Avocado, I know they say avocado is the power food, but you just gotta stay away from that for now. And while you're doing the diet elimination, you can really figure out if you're reacting to avocado or not. Okay, broccoli is also one of them that you want to stay away from. I know it's a vegetable, but you gotta stay away from it. Okay, dried fruits, no raisins, which is dried grape, no prunes, none of that, no dried fruits. Okay, deli meats, as I said before, no preservatives, none of that. So you're gonna have to stay completely away from those sandwiches, Subway, all of that. Okay, eggs, stay away from eggs, which means no buffet for none of y'all. Most of what I'm listing, you find it in fast food, so you know that you're gonna have to stay away, as like I said before, from fast food. Everything that you're gonna do from here on out is cook your own meal. Okay, you're gonna use no seasoning either, because a lot of those contain a lot of these chemicals that I just listed. The only seasoning that you should be using is the pink salt and black pepper. Okay, moving on to some of the products that you use for hygiene purposes, like the soap that you use to wash your body should be scent free, chemical free, all that, kind of like you're showering a baby. So the one that I personally use, it's a brand called Everyman Jack. I got this from Whole Foods. Okay, they made it with eucalyptus mint. Okay, you want to stay away from any soap that contains aluminum, parabens, scented, anything like that. For your face, I know a lot of you, if you had it bad like me, you probably would have been breaking out like around your nose, around the lining of your hair. And one of the soap that I find that really helps with this is one that's called, it's a probiotic soap. Okay, it's a probiotic soap. It's called Candida Freedom. I don't know if that's the brand, right? And it's skin friendly, right? So what this really does is balance the pH on your skin. It's really a face soap, but I guess you can use it to shower with also. I just recommend using it for your face. It balances the pH on your skin. A lot of times when people have hives, they also have another underlying skin condition that they don't know about, which is either eczema, seborrheic dermatitis, or some kind of dermatitis that they don't know about, right? And this soap really helps to balance the pH on exterior part. Okay, most of the work has to be done on the interior with the food that you're eating, because what really happens is there's an overgrowth of bad bacteria that's building up in your stomach, right? Candida, and that leaks into the bloodstream. So now you find that the body is attacking its own self, which causes those prickly needle-like sensation, which cause a flare-up of hives, right? And you also find that you have a lot of dandruff with this thing. So what I really use to combat the dandruff is Nizoral shampoo, right? I found that the Head and Shoulders did not work so well for me. If I was to be honest, I would say Head and Shoulders made my head worse, right? If I would brush, scratch anything, there would be so much flake. So it was crazy. Nizoral did it for me, right? It has ketoconazole in there. I think 1%. It's saying it right here. Ketoconazole 1%, and it's anti-dandruff. Right? So Nizoral and the probiotic soap. This is lemon. Okay. Deodorant. I also use the Everyman Jack brand. Right? It has no aluminum, no, what's this? Propylene glycol, if that's what you call it. No baking soda. They made this and it's aluminum free, right? They made this from sea salt and coconut oil. So, it's all natural, and I found that it's extremely good. Okay, so you want to keep all these chemicals away from going inside, of your body. If you want to use lotion, try to use a lotion that is chemical free, just the same, kind of like a baby's lotion, no scented, none of all these chemicals. Okay, and for cooking, I use coconut oil, right? Organic virgin coconut oil. I got this one at Sam's Club. I don't know if wherever you guys are in any part of the world, if you have a Sam's Club, but that's where I got my coconut oil from, that I use to cook with. And if you're allergic to coconut oil, you can use olive oil. Another key thing to stay away from, guys, is red meat. You don't know how dangerous this is. You have to stay away from red meat. No steak, no lamb, nothing. Okay? You can only eat chicken and turkey. If you want to eat, you can also eat fish, but it has to be salmon. The salmon has to be either king salmon or wild salmon, right? And you can also eat flounder or any white meat fish like whitey. To be honest, I don't know a list of all the white meat fish. I only know flounder, whitey, and you know, you can eat salmon, which is king salmon or the wild salmon. Okay, I mean, that concludes, you know, the entire list off the top of my head that you should basically stay away from. You know, some of you also may react to gluten, so you know, you may want to add gluten on there, right? So you know, you may want to stay away from gluten products also, right? But you know, that is it. That concludes the list of food chemicals, some of the foods that you should stay away from, a lot of these fruits also, and you know, hygiene products that you use to take care of yourself, you know, going through your everyday life. If you guys like this video, if you got some value from this video, hit that like button, share to a friend who you may know is suffering from this condition. I know it was a horrible past half a decade for me, so I can just imagine what, you know, you guys are going through, and these doctors have no cure. They have no idea what's causing this. Okay, so if you got some value from this, hit that like button, share to a friend, subscribe, and hit that bell notification when I upload new content. I see you guys in the next video.